It never fucking fails. Bootleg. Okay, take 2. Alright. Everybody's liked the stories. And I was trying to think of what I should talk about next. I've got the next one actually planned, but I've seen some of these videos. They're called Portrait of an Atheist, and they ask, you're supposed to talk about 5 subjects: abortion, drugs, gay rights, the death penalty, and the economy. So I thought I'd give it a shot. I've seen a bunch of them. Now, I'm not particularly an atheist. I'm not a Christian. I'm actually an ordained minister. I know that sounds weird, but if you look, ordained clergy member. And over on the wall, well, you're not going to be able to see it. I guess I'll have to get off my ass. Yes, I am a ordained minister, priest, whatever you want to call me. Now, I've got a sign in my booth. Christianity, the belief that some cosmic Jewish zombie can make you live forever if you symbolically eat his flesh and telepathically tell him that you accept him as your master, so he can remove an evil force from your soul that is present in humanity because a rib woman was convinced by a talking snake to eat from a magical tree. Makes perfect sense, huh? Yes, I know that probably won't go over well with a bunch of people, but if I gave you that story with the Easter Bunny instead of Jesus, would you believe me? Probably not. Now, I said it was ordained. It's through the Church of Spiritual Humanism. It's a science-based organization that realizes we have rituals that people need to do. Marriage. What's on the back of this? I'm authorized to perform religious services, ceremonies including marriage, baby namings, funerals, hand fastings, commitment, affirmation of love, invocation, renewal of marriage, holiday ceremonies, blah, 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 blah. Yes, we have a lot of rituals. I've actually done a few marriages. Here's the last one I did. Yeah. This is retained by the minister for his records or files. Dale Fisher, Livingston Avenue, Columbus, Ohio. That's me. So yes, I actually got a pretty cool story about one of them. These guys wanted to get married at Old Man's Cave underneath the waterfall. Now, Old Man's Cave is here in Ohio. It's a national park. And when the Ice Age came through, it took all the dirt down to the bedrock, and then when it melted, it made all these caves and all kinds of cool shit. There's a waterfall down there, and they wanted to be married under the waterfall. So they contacted it's a national park, which I thought national parks belong to the nation. They wanted $2,000 to let them do it. So I told them I would take them down there, and we'd just take everybody down and their whole party, and we'd go underneath the waterfall and perform the marriage, and what are they going to do, throw us out? But yes, so I'm not particularly atheist. I'm not a Christian. I'm really not going to go into what I believe. Let's just say I am a vaginist. It makes praying and going to church a whole lot more fun. That's bad. Alright. First one. Abortion. I think a woman should be allowed to do it. If every orphanage in the world had no more kids to be adopted, then you can get rid of abortion. Until then, no. Now, on the same turn, if you're some slut that's had 5 fucking abortions and you're only 20 years old, they should rip out all your fucking woman parts so you can't make no more babies, and that's the end of it. We live in America. We're supposed to be the home of the free. We're allowed to do what we want, but we can't. So, I don't think abortion should be outlawed. Now those late abortions, where you're like 6 months along and the baby's formed, that's fucked up. But I don't believe it's a baby until it's born. Just my thoughts on it. Let's see. I'm tired of holding. Hopefully I'm in frame. Drugs. If you're a long-time viewer of mine, you know I used to regularly talk bad about drugs. They fucked me up. That's why I can't drink anymore, because my insides are all fucked up from partying. I used to be the guy that was in the corner with the lampshade on your head. Woohoo! That was me. One of my favorite things to do was, the bar coasters, the little cardboard coasters. When I get drunk, I used to jump up on top of the bar with a stack of them and throw them like frisbees at people. I was the one that would get everybody else in the place hammered. Pot has only been made illegal, back in the 30s? Pot can make food, it can make clothes, it can make textiles, ropes, paper, yet it's illegal. The war on drugs. Been real successful, huh? I think pot should be made legal. I think it should be taxed. If you're caught with untaxed pot, you go to prison. End of story. Why grow your own if you can go down to the corner store and pick it up in a pack, just like a pack of cigarettes? The money that they can make on the taxes alone would get us out of the national debt in years. I mean, think about it. If you want to grow your own, there should be an agency that comes out and inspects you, just like the Board of Health does with restaurants or with me here at the tattoo shop. They should come out, regulate you. You should have to pay the taxes on it. Sell it to a company like R.J. Reynolds or whatever, whoever would roll it. The money that could be made off all these different industries, it's unreal. Now, some of your harder drugs, again, we live in America. We should be able to do what we want. Yes, it would cause problems. But it's already causing problems. You haven't stopped it. You haven't slowed it down. I mean, how many millions of dollars do we spend every year on the war on drugs? And how much has it helped? Big goose egg. I just read a story online. The New York Board of Health spent $32,000 making 70,000 flyers on how to inject heroin properly. I swear to God. The Huffington Post. I think the title was shooting heroin for dummies. The town is going ballistic. People are saying it's going to make kids shoot up more. They're not thinking about the people that are doing it and they're doing it wrong. How many diseases they're spreading and, how much more that's going to cost than these couple little pamphlets so they do it right. I mean, it's one of those subjects that's double-edged. You can drink, you can go to the store and buy a 12-pack of beer, jump in your car and kill a family of 4, but you can't smoke a joint. Doesn't make sense. If you're going to outlaw pot, outlaw alcohol. It does more damage. Cirrhosis of the liver. Anybody ever heard of that one? But that's okay. And the thought about, well, they tried prohibition, it didn't work. Well, no shit, you tried the war on drugs and it didn't work fucking either. But we're still doing it. It makes perfect sense to me.